And then it does its magic.
Look, green. Everything's green. No dropped frames. We're live. Oh, it's not recording automatically.
Yes.
30 frames.
Wow,
and
that CPU usage so low.
I know, this CPU is not bad for a 46... No, it's not a 46. It's a 7700K.
What year is that?
2000 and... What year was 3 years ago?
2017.
2017. So that was 2017 when I bought this CPU. And the fact that it's streaming... But it's only 30 frames, but it's 1080p. Because so YouTube has no restrictions on how...
Oh, right.
How much, like... resolution you send to, to the thing. So
see, this is what I'm thinking. Processors are coming out more and more and more frequently, right? Like really fast. Like iterations are more frequent. Am I right to say that?
Only because AMD has jumped in and created competition.
Oh, right. So they applied the pressure and then everyone's like, we start creating.
Because imagine if you can build a multi-billion-dollar processing plant and then spend billions of dollars in R&D to make these chips, for your Xeon chips and for your other chips, and then go, why can't we just stretch it out longer so we don't have to do R&D again?
Yeah.
But now you've got AMD coming in and going, but we're just going to throw all these CPUs out. So all of a sudden, in the last 2 years, we've seen the most amount of CPUs being released forever.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Hey, Ruben. Hey, Metal Lord. Hey, Wood Elf.
Hello.
Well done. 100 megabits a second internet.
Well done. Welcome to the master speed.
Aussie Broadband. So we're with Aussie Broadband. Both of us.
Yay! Aussie Broadband.
I'm sure a lot of people have been using that code that I put in the thing to get $50 if you want to check it out. I'm not going to post it in there, but there's another video that you can check it out on. So welcome everyone. Oh, Pokewood Theatre. Are you an actual theatre or you're a person?
or a Pokemon lost in the woods.
So welcome everybody. We've got a whole bunch of news for you today. I think the name of the video should give you guys a good idea of what we're going to talk about. We will mention some of the topics.
Hopefully, yes.
Yes, so Techman Pat here, and we have...
Casper from Game with Casper.
And you might have seen us on Friday. We did a stream, it's a 5.5 hour stream.
Yes, almost 6 hours. Oh my god, it didn't feel like it. It just went by so fast.
So, like, if you've ever been on a plane and sat there and waited for, let's say, a 12-hour flight.
Right.
You went to sleep.
Oh yeah.
Nap.
Specifically nap.
Nap. And then you wake up and you're like, well, I must be landing. Like, it must be. And you look at it, it's like been 3 hours.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's like when you're having fun, time flies. And that's what it felt like.
And
the whole
you're not
stream.
usually having fun on a plane. Well, depends on what you're doing on a plane.
Yeah.
If you're watching a good movie, it flies. But
if you sleep and you're not having nightmares, then, that's good.
So we did a 5.5 hour stream on Casper's Twitch channel. We'll put a link below, maybe, if you want to grab your phone and do the link.
I'll do the link for the the parts.
Oh,
on
yes,
YouTube.
yes.
Because I've cut it up now because it's too much to take in for like one sitting.
And we're going to talk about The Last of Us. So let's go through the topics. Do you want to do a couple of topics just on the list there?
All right, let's fire away. So first on the screen we got here is Star Wars Squadrons, the official gameplay trailer.
Ooh. We're going to talk about that and EA getting more of your monies. And yes, Ruben, we are very excited for the stream.
Yeah.
We've got EA bringing Apex Legends to the Switch. We'll talk about that.
Wow, Switch is getting everything.
I know, right? But this is probably, again, off topic, but do you think the Switch needs a refresh like the PS4 had a Pro?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Do you think Nintendo will do it?
Yes, they will. They will have to keep up with the times. I think they know that because of the next-gen consoles putting on the pressure, they gotta stay in the game, man.
But okay. Well, we'll talk about that, folks. Would you do the honors?
Oh, I would love to.
But don't mention... we've got the thing here, but we're not going to mention it just yet.
Okay. Spider-Man, Miles Morales. We will talk about that briefly.
Very, very important. Oh, we're going to do one each, aren't we?
Oh, yeah. You do your
Devolution, no! Stop doing this!
You have too much money.
I said to Chris, I said, mate, we're going to catch up for a beer on Friday. And I forgot we're doing the stream on Friday.
No!
Crap. Chris,
well, you owe him a lot of beers.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. Stop doing that. I'm mad at you. EA is making a new game that involves 4 wheels and a piece of wood.
Ooh, I wonder what that means.
And...
Oh, Baldur's Gate 3, yes. Oh my god. I'm excited. And
We're
I'm
gonna
sure
talk
you
about
are
that.
too.
Yes. If you've ever played Divinity, Original Sin 1 and 2, this is going to be the game for you. And
nice rhyming there. It's like you're
Did
Dr.
I
Seuss.
rhyme?
Yeah.
What did I say?
Divinity 1 and 2 is going to be the game for you. I'm
Oh!
like, wow, Dr. Seuss over here.
Where's my hat? I need
Yeah.
my hat.
Yeah.
We've got some bad news about Cyberpunk, and I'm sure if you follow it, you know what we're talking about. We're going to have a little bit of a chat about that because, we're going to cry.
Many sadness.
Many sadness, yeah. Then we have a bit of...
Some Ryzen 3000.
3000. Obviously, the XT came out, so we'll chat about that briefly. It's not that big because Zen 3.
Oh.
We'll talk about that soon.
Yeah.
And what do we have here?
Yes, Nvidia.
Oh, yes.
The big guns. Pew pew.
Pew pew. We'll talk about Nvidia. We've got some exciting things from them.
Yeah.
And
oh yes.
what's this one? What's the number on this one?
The actual look of a 3080 potentially.
Yes, and some news about a 3090.
Oh, so cryptic.
And like we mentioned at the start.
Yes, reviews, scores. So you may know that a giant game has recently released The Last of Us Part 2. The reviews, very controversial.
And we've got the inside scoop.
Yeah, we do. We have the inside scoop because we got to experience a nice portion of it.
Good, big portion. So welcome everybody. Hello Hammy, hello Sam, welcome guys. Let's roll the intro and we're going to get straight into it. And we're back. So Sam Dawson jumped in and mentioned the Nvidia 3000 series and him having a 1080 Ti. And you know what? Let's start with that. What do you reckon?
Absolutely.
Let's talk a little bit of Nvidia news. Here we go. So this is the way the new Nvidia 3000 series is going to look. It has been leaked. Somebody managed to take some photos of some earlier builds, and somebody then took those photos and rendered it and made it look pretty. But what do you think? What is it? What do you reckon of the design?
I love it. I actually, since the 1080 release,
here's a better photo.
Wow, it looks hot, man. Like not like temp wise. I'm sure it's gonna stay cool, but it just looks good. They're designers. I feel like they're like the Armani, guys that are working on these graphics cards. They've got the look, man.
You've got the look.
They've got the look. Like I feel AMD could use some more designers.
AMD is a little bit.
I know their designs look. I feel like they cheap out in their design department, but when it comes to Nvidia, they're like, we're gonna make this look sexy.
Yeah.
And they nail it, and it. I'm excited for it just because how it looks nice, and I know it is gonna kick butt, man. It's gonna be super, super powerful.
And Hammy says here the MSI version. MSI makes really cool designs. Like that's the way these partner board makers have to differentiate themselves. They have to make designs that are like cool and interesting. The way this design is, and if you sort of notice, see where the pins are at the bottom there. If I navigate here, the pins are on the left.
Yeah, what's up with that?
So the fans, there's 2 fans. One fan is here, and the other fan is on the other side of this. So it actually, I think, or the way it looks, it's going to flow through one side and out the other. So they're cooling the GPU must be, the actual chip must be somewhere in the center or somewhere near the fan. And then you've got all the VRAMs, you've got all the other bits and pieces that usually are cooled. And the way I'm looking at it is if you look at my 1080 Ti there, you can see that the center is cooled, but the sides aren't.
Yeah.
So what we're seeing here is that they're cooling the whole card. not just the VRAM and chip. They're cooling everything, and it might be a 3D design where they've got stuff on both sides.
Oh, so they're going next level where they're like, okay, it's not just about our processing power, but it's like, let's get innovative with how we're gonna cool it, because we know that silicon can only get so small. Now it's all about like how to get the most out of the heat that's going to generate through all the power and through that we're gonna put through this card.
Yeah, we're gonna. This card is gonna be generating a lot of heat. Like, let's be clear. Like, this is gonna be a powerful card because it's gonna have more RTX cores. That's the minimum, because they really want to improve the performance of RTX, because that needs to be the next generation. Like, first gen RTX was beautiful.
Yes.
But performance-wise, you didn't get enough frames to really to really bother turning it on. So this card is going to really be powerful. But what I want to mention about, and I mean the design, it doesn't really matter what the design is, but if you're building cases with a lot of glass panels on the side, you want your stuff.
You
to
want
look
it to
good.
look nice. Yeah. You're gonna be like, oh, look at that. It's so nice.
So we'll see if this is actually comes to a reality. But because from what I've read, Nvidia goes through multiple revisions of a design. Like, they will always redesign, and even in the last minute, they might just change the shroud, or they might even change some of the colors. Because I mean, this is not necessarily the colors that they might have. It might be like a bright silver or not a darkish sort of thing, and the RTX might be written differently. So it could change, but I think this dual extraction fan design is really cool.
I like it. Is that because because heat rises and they thought, let's kind of work with it?
I don't think it will be that. I think it's about pushing as much air into each component.
Right.
So instead of having two cards pushing one way and then the heat sort of trying to disperse on the back.
So to dissipate the
both sides.
the way that it cools. Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
And it looks really cool.
I like
at the end of the day. The only thing I'm sort of considering, and this is a question because I water cooled my my card. And I used a reference card from Nvidia, a partner, Galax. I've had no issues with Galax, by the way, because it was a reference card. Guys, if you're ever buying cards and you want something that maybe survives longer and you get it from another board partner, get the reference design. Because you usually get the same warranty as Nvidia, but it's the same card. It's the same card. So what I'm wondering is if you put like a cooling panel on it, the sort of the CNC cut metal that they usually do for the back end, does that mean I'm going to have to get a different one for the back also? Because if the fan's on the back side of the PCB, is there going to be parts that I'm going to have to cool separately? Because it was 150 Australian dollars.
That's a good point.
For the actual water cooling unit bit for the 1080 Ti.
Right. Wow, that's a lot of money to...
Yeah. Well, I dropped... at the time, the 1080 Ti was $850 or $900. Then I dropped another 150 to get the...
Wow, you got a good bargain on that TI. My actual 1080 was like $1,100 or $1,200 when I bought it day one. Yeah, that's a big difference. And yours is like 20 to 30% more power than my 1080.
I'd say more like 20, I think. But yeah, I was very happy with that purchase. I got lucky. It was before the mining and all that sort of stuff.
Of course, which just make the prices
it just skyrocketed.
Up. Yeah.
So overall, we're excited. But I guess the other thing I wanted to mention is the 390. Have you ever heard of a 390 or a 2090?
No, I haven't. And you know what? I think this is the equivalent to shooting fires at AMD.
Yes, no, spot on. I know you don't know much about this one, so...
the 6090, right? Because they're thinking of having that, the AMD.
No, so... so what's happened is... Nvidia is not sure if AMD is going to make a card that's going to be more powerful or as powerful as their Titan card.
Really? Is the are they like, don't they know? Don't they have like spy guys to be like, hey, we know what they're working on?
They know what they're working on. They know something, but I don't think they know exactly what's going to happen. So what they've done to make sure that their Titan RTX card is always the most powerful and is the most expensive.
Yeah.
They're creating a 390 to fit in the space to compete with the highest end AMD card and then still have a Titan card.
So they will have a Titan.
Yeah, they will have a Titan, but they're putting in this 390 to compete with the highest end in AMD card.
Wow. Okay. This begs the question. what are the differences going to be? Because they're creating a bigger spectrum of models now. Are the actual differences going to be minuscule? Like, are they going to be diminishing returns to be like, all right, the 3080 and the 3090, only 5% difference, but $200 difference?
I wouldn't be surprised. I think it'd probably be like 10% or 15%. There'll be something that's going to differentiate the two. I think we're not going to get a 380 Ti. I think the Ti is going to be your 390. And then you're going to have your Titan RTX. I think they might be getting rid of the Ti, basically.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, just make it less confusing for the consumer.
Well, hopefully. But they're going to get rid... Basically, we're going to have 380, 390, and that's it in Titan for now.
Right.
Hopefully, I mean, I like the Ti, but last time they released everything at once. And remember when you bought your 1080... It was like ages after when the Ti came out. And then you didn't feel bad because it's such a long time after.
Yeah, it was like 6 to 8 months. Difference. And then I was like, nah, it's cool. I'm loving what I have. I don't need to upgrade. Yeah.
I just hope they don't do a super. I just hope they don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
All right, let's move on to the next topic. Which one would you choose? I give you the podium.
Oh, the podium. Oh, should we just get the bad reviews out of the way?
All right, folks, let's talk The Last of Us.
All right, let's talk about these controversial numbers over here. As you can see on the left-hand side, we have the Metascore scores from the critics about The Last of Us 2. They have praised the game. They have given it an average of 95 out of 100. Then on the right-hand side, you see the user reviews, and it's 3.4 out of 10.0. And there's 23,000 ratings. Now, myself and Patrick over here, we're thinking, what's the deal? Well, what's up? Like, we got to experience this game. 5 hours, I think, is a good amount of time to actually get a feel for the product, right?
What we're going to be expecting for the rest of the game.
Yeah, for the rest of the game. We thought, mechanics, great. Some additions from the first one as well that were put into it.
Not a big difference, but enough to make it a little bit easier to deal with.
Yeah, not massive, not huge, not life-changing, but cool and staying relevant. Graphics, oh my god, next level graphics, to the point we were sitting there, we were watching it, we're like, how the hell is this possible on a PlayStation 4 Pro? Like, we were just mesmerized. So the PS4 Pro came out in 2016, and it's basically just a souped up version of the OG, which is the 2013 version, and that's technology that's like 6-7 years old, maybe even older. And running on a Jaguar core, we were just blown away. We were mesmerized how good this thing looks.
It's, when the PS4 came out, it wasn't mind-blowing. But seeing this game on it, I was blown away. Like, I actually thought that was very close to what a 1080 Ti could do. Yeah. For graphics-wise.
Exactly.
Like, it felt Witcher quality. When Witcher got the HD update?
Yes. Yeah.
And the grass, the woods, and the...
Exactly.
I guess the only thing is how much of the area was actually really being rendered at the time, and how much stuff there was. Yeah,
we're using mechanical drives on this as well, and we were like, oh wow, there's barely any loading time once you're in the game, and if you die, you spawn immediately and you're back in the game, and everything was so seamless, and it was just moving one bit at a time, and I think they were just really, really good and at masking the loading screens in that game so well that everything felt seamless as you're moving through the experience.
The Last Jedi loading screens when you die were horrible.
Oh, were they? I still
need to
experience that.
Too long. Well, once you finish Last of Us, we'll trade.
Yeah.
We'll trade.
So, it sounds good. Yeah. Trade.
They were too long. You would die and be like, okay, let me go make a coffee. Let me just chill out.
Oh, that's bad.
It's horrible. Hey, Lewis Tech, welcome back, mate.
Hi, Lewis.
Do a T-pose. So, look, I was very impressed by the graphics. The atmosphere was really good. The attention to detail, the movement of the characters, the music, the sound effects.
Yes. And you mentioned attention to detail, and like in the stream, we were just like spent like 5 minutes looking at this car. We're like, oh my god. Like, the people that made this car, like, there was just a car on the side of the road, and it had, like, shrubs and cracks and rust and, like, grass growing through it. We were like, wow, there's probably a whole team dedicated to working on this car on the side of the road.
The amount of QA that would have gone through. It's I guess what's bothering me is that they've put so much effort into these little details.
Yes.
And people are doing
People
this to
are
it.
outraged. They're flaming it.
They're outraged.
And, Forbes created a very good article. I thought it was interesting. And they were saying how it is not possible to be able to experience this whole game and review it all of a sudden, just like that.
Yeah.
Like, within
Yeah.
the first hour of Metacritic being open, people are like, this game sucks, without having to actually play this 30-hour experience.
Yeah.
So I can't trust these reviews. I'm let down by the gaming community.
Yeah,
I'm
and
disappointed at you guys.
not you guys.
Not you guys, but these guys in the reviews.
It feels so. I read. So I know you haven't, and I'm not going to spoil anything. I read through a lot of the negatives.
Yeah.
And the summary I'm going to give you is basically exactly what we just said, except the one thing is that people are not happy with the story.
Yeah.
And this is a story-driven game, just like the first one. And the characters that you come to love from the first one, in this one, well, they don't go the way you'd think they would go.
Yeah.
And without giving you too much spoilers, it's a revenge story.
Yeah, it's a revenge story. It's something you've seen in movies time and time again, replaying. But the sheer amount of emotion that we were feeling from it, like it was so convincing. It was so powerful. Like it felt like we were engaged in an actual movie. Like we were controlling actors.
Yes.
Yeah. They looked so real. Like it was freaky to the point where like, how am I just moving a movie character around?
And I didn't feel that there was any forced wokeness through the first 5 hours. I didn't. People are saying it's like go woke, go broke, and I really didn't. Maybe I just don't notice these things as a white male.
And that's the thing. Yeah, it wasn't
we didn't
forced
feel
down
it.
my throat. Like it wasn't forced. I was like, oh, these are just people living out their lives, and this is who they genuinely are because we get to experience them from day to day.
I think we talked about this. I compared it to The Witcher. I've been reading the books.
Yeah.
I'm on like the 5th book, I think, fourth or fifth book. I can't even remember because I just go through them so fast. And this was written in the 90s by an old white man from Europe, which is very secular. And wait, hang on, guys. I'm going to spoil something for you if anybody knows. Well, no, hang on.
Spoiler alert.
It's not really a spoiler. Siri is not straight. She's not. And it was written so long ago. It's not forced down your throats.
Yeah.
And I did not feel the same way in this game that it was forced. There's nothing... I didn't feel anything forced.
And
I don't know about you.
This is a quarter century ago as well, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it? How it's written.
Yeah.
No, I didn't feel it was spoiled at all. The way that it was written, I think Neil Druckmann, well done, man. Like, I'm probably a quarter way through the game, and I think you did the very best that you could. And it's your vision. We're here just to ride along with it and experience it. And the people at Naughty Dog that really put in all the hard yards, the blood, sweat, and tears, the hundreds, if not thousands of people that were working together to make this product happen, you did a great job. And you've got nothing to be ashamed of. And I think these people who are reviewing it so harshly, they are just... I don't know, I want to say that they're just spoiled human beings who don't realize how much work and effort goes into this.
I'm going to sort of take the other side of this.
Oh, the devil's advocate.
The devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
I think they're upset because the story didn't go the way they wanted the story to go to.
Yes.
And when you put in hundreds of hours into a story of, writing it, and then the person who you give it to doesn't like it.
Yeah.
There is a bit of there's backlash, and people grew to love the characters. I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Yeah,
grew to love the characters of the first one, and so,
and that's the thing. Like, see, how can you judge? How can you criticize a man's vision to be like, this is my perception of a story. This is how I view it. This is what it means to me. This is what I want to say. This is my message. It's like, how can you... It's like you're trying to criticize a man's freedom of speech. It's like...
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, just let him tell his story. This is his world. Don't hate him for it. Just...
Look, I'm sure everybody hated the 8th or 7th season of Game of Thrones, right? Yeah. It was rushed through... And the way they finished it off was not necessarily the way a lot of people wanted it to go. There was a bit of outcry, and people say how everything leading up to it was great, but the last season was crap. In this case, it's a similar thing. Some people are just not happy with the way it ended, but the difference here is that they've put in a lot of effort, the hundreds of thousands of hours that went into making the story work, no matter how bad or the way you feel about the story, or no matter how generic the revenge story is, you still got to experience more than just the first one, right?
Yes.
I always think, I don't care how bad something is, I still get to experience more than I did before. Like, Witcher games. We got to have some DLCs. Some of the DLCs, hang on, I was going to say, some of these DLCs weren't great, but they were actually fantastic.
They're amazing.
So, But I'm just saying, imagine if you got, some extra gaming DLCs for your favorite game. It wasn't that great, but you got to go back to it, play a little bit more. And people being upset about the story not going the way they are is pretty lazy, but that's not to say that it's not fair, because some decisions that the characters have made aren't necessarily decisions that I would think smart characters would do. And I could go into it deeper.
Right.
But there's no point because we don't want to spoil the story.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it. Yeah, absolutely.
That's my view. I just think I think there's a bit of fairness in the story, but I don't think you can be mad at people for writing a story. But you I guess that's on your side, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right.
Should
we
we
go to the
move
next
on?
one? Yeah, let's go to the next one.
Let's do it.
We're going to Nvidia. Let's talk Zen 3.
Ooh, Zen.
So, if you're watching this channel, I'm certainly going to be getting Zen 3, so do expect a lot of Zen 3 content, or at least one video.
Yeah.
Some results.
Gotta get some Zen.
It's on track. Everybody calm down. It's okay.
Good. No delays yet. It's okay.
No delays. There's other things getting delayed. So, XT came out. I guess we can mix this topic together. XT came out.
Okay.
We've got the 3900 XT, 3800 XT, and 36. They fit right in between each of the levels where people buy. You either gonna get the 3600. It's great and it's budget friendly. You want to go a little bit higher to game a little bit better, and then you want to peak it up with maybe you want to do some editing and stuff. The 3950 is still better than the 3900 XT, but that's expected. The prices are a little bit lower. These are USD prices, so we're looking at 650, I think, for the top one, and then sort of 500 and 350. But I think at the end of the day, the XTs are great. It's a nice way to upgrade some of the chips, and especially if people are buying things now, because I guess my suggestion is whenever you build a computer, is just buy whatever is there available to you. Don't wait. If you're actually buying. Hey Maddie, good to see you. Hey Jason.
Hey Maddie, Jason.
So I think it's a great thing, and the cores are better. So the single core performance is higher. It boosts higher, and I think it's got a little bit more cache. And at the same price. So you can't go wrong. There's so many options for you to go AMD.
Absolutely. They're doing like a refresher, like the Super. Be like, hey, this is our Super.
Yeah. I don't like... Okay.
Okay, don't get me started.
I don't like refresh lines. I think this is okay, but I don't like it.
Yeah, same. I feel like it's...
it's like a half-assed... Like,
it is.
It's just make a new product. Don't just release half-assed thing. So what this tells me, and this is what I thought about the Pro, is like, you could have made the Pro... Ps4 Pro, but you just didn't bother. You could have made the XT. You could have made them more powerful cores, but you just don't bother. And the answer that they give you is, it took us years of development and more attention to detail and more research and development. It's like, well, why don't you do that into the next generation? Like, why are you splitting this so much about?
It's all about the money. Sadly.
It's
all about the money.
They are trying to put the screws into Intel.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Nvidia, man. These guys, like, I feel like Intel and Nvidia have like a common enemy now. AMD is like the Sauron.
the underdog though. They're the underdog.
I know, the underdog that's like becoming oh my god. This is the Darth Vader story. I feel like this is Anakin Skywalker is AMD, guys. I feel like he's and like Intel and AMD are like the Jedi teachers, and then AMD's like building a Death Star. It's like, I'm coming for you.
Maddie, you're absolutely right. It's better silicon yields, but my point is, why are you trying to refresh the line 2 months, 3 months before the release of Zen 3? Like, if people are going to buy, they might wait because it's so close. It's just so close. So, look, Milan, which is the Zen 3, is going to be on par for 2020. Great news. And I think if you are this close, you should wait. If you're 3-6 months away, let's say 6 months away from a new release of a device, just buy it, Thanks, Jason. I would love to be the spokesman, but, I actually reached out to them. And again, this is off topic. I reached out to Aussie Broadband, and I haven't really heard back. But I don't really care. I don't really want to be a spokesman for anybody. But I thought that'd be great to offer some value for people who watch the channel. Maybe some specials, but I haven't heard back. So.
That'd be cool. You could be like, this is sponsored by Aussie Broadband.
But or look out July the 1st. And this is for the special people that are on here. July the 1st, I'm going to be releasing 2 videos about a device that I'm going to hold here. You can sort of see it. Just a little peek here.
Oh, sneak peek.
It's going to be a review of a mobile device, a brand new phone for Australia, and you're going to get to win, go into a giveaway of 3 wireless earbuds just for watching that video. So,
oh my God. Looks very fancy.
Out for that. It's very fancy.
Very fancy.
But I'm under NDA. Can't say anything. I feel special.
Zip tight.
Zippity zip.
Yeah.
Here comes the poop.
Yeah.
It's a joke from the streams.
Yes. It's a future tagline of Tech Pad.
So let me ask you this. You
right.
have what motherboard do you have? 46?
The BM450.
45? 4500? 450?
450, yeah.
Okay. Are you going to upgrade to Zen 3?
No, probably not.
Ooh.
I know. I bought it just recently. I'm probably a sucker. I bought it like just before they had a huge discount on the chips. So I know I'm kicking myself, but I'm happy with the performance. It's great.
Yeah.
I think I'll probably skip a gen.
Okay.
I'll be like Zen 4. Yeah, I'm coming on board.
I'm really excited for that because then I can nick it off him and review it.
Yeah.
No, it's not OnePlus because OnePlus wouldn't want to reach out to somebody like me.
What's OnePlus?
It's a mobile phone brand.
Oh.
They made budget phones that people loved, and then they made flagship phones that are overly expensive and not that great. My humble opinion.
No, we're all about the Samsungs and Apples here. Yeah.
Okay, so that's it. Let's move on to the next one. What do you want to talk now? We've got.
Should we do some Cyberpunkies?
Yeah, let's do Cyberpunk.
Ba-boom.
We've been waiting for so long.
And we gotta wait a bit longer. Yeah. This is gonna suck. But you know what? Suspicions are high. Because the release is now coinciding, what it sounds like, with the release of the next-gen consoles. They are saying, CD Projekt Red have come forward and they're like, all right, we're delaying it again, and here's a giant statement, which they wrote, and it makes a lot of sense, because they're like, it's complete. It's a complete package. The game is ready, Cyberpunk 2077. We sent it out to people for test it and play it, but it's so huge and it's so complex that it has a lot of bugs. Therefore, we want to make sure it's polished and perfect. But I'm like, suspicious.
The polishing polished steel.
Because, it's coming out on 19th of November now. And the PS5 is supposed to come out on the 20th of November. And I think the Xbox Series X is supposed to come around that timeline as well. Maybe a week before, like the 13th of November or so.
So when's this going to be? November 17th?
19th.
19th,
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm like, ooh, is this going to be like, they're going to drop it in line with the next gen just to get the hype going and people to buy the PS5 and Xbox Series X versions as well. And
But you get free upgrades.
Free upgrades, if you buy the current gen. What's also interesting is these guys have a big job on their hands because they gotta cater to every single console. They gotta go all the way from the lowest tier Xbox to all the way to the highest tier Xbox. I feel like Xbox will have the spectrum actually. They have the most powerful and the least powerful console between last and current gen.
Look, when I woke up in the morning, I was just in bed looking through my phone and I read this. I was like, oh, for sake. Again,
Yeah.
another delay. But, I suppose with CD Projekt Red and the way they treat these games and the way they treat their customers is quite impressive. Like, don't get me wrong. At the end of the day, companies don't necessarily care about customers in the sense of like, you're going to be buying their product.
Yeah.
Like, that's what they want. They want you to buy product. So these guys, they use a different tactic instead of like, just throwing stuff down your throat. They go, okay, look really good. We really want to do right by you, but buy our product. Okay,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
I love it. It's really positive. But, and the delays are actually probably the biggest proof that they actually care.
Yeah, I think so. I think they do. Look, they care because they don't want to tarnish the reputation that they have built up all the way up now, especially with The Witcher 3. And they're like, people know us for high quality products.
Yes,
We got to maintain that. We got to make this a hell of a success. Now, especially because of their stock price being so high.
They're the second highest ASX, oh, no, sorry, not ASX, Polish...
They're actually they're more powerful financially than the Polish bank in Poland. So they're Polish. They're like the most powerful Polish company
on the stock market,
On the
right? They're
stock
valued
market,
the
yeah,
highest. I was trying to look. What's the name of the Polish stock market? I can't even remember.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, we're actually Polish, and we should know this, but we don't.
Surprise!
Surprise!
Yeah.
It's a reveal, face reveal.
Yeah, face a human reveal. This is Polish model.
And by the way, just for the chat, none of the brands you mentioned, it's none of them.
Oh my god, they're just gonna shoot off every brand now.
Yeah.
NDA guys, NDA.
Now, I can't say anything, but I will do a movement behind the camera with my hand to let you know that it's that one. You'll know what it is.
Oh.
In any case, yes, Maddie, they did take over Ubisoft. I did see somebody posted a tweet about it. I didn't really dig into it, but remember, comparably to Ubisoft, CD Projekt Red has only made like what, 3 or 4 games?
Yes, they've only made a handful of games.
Yeah, like
very few games.
Witcher 1, 2, 3.
Like a spin-off of The Witcher.
No, well, what's
like
that?
the
card
spin-off
game
of the card game.
Stronghold.
Skips mine right now.
Chat will let us know. And they also made
Gwent.
the Gwent, but but they made Gwent and they made the single player game Gwent thing.
the one where you like on a pony, on a horse thing.
Yeah,
traveling.
Maddie, no, there was another one. There was one more, and I have it on my laptop somewhere. I bought it. I haven't played it yet. But yes, they've only made those games, and all of a sudden they're like it works, right? If you treat your customers like real people and value them, well, it works, right? And we'll get to EA in a moment of the opposite spectrum here. But so anyway, Cyberpunk delayed November. I'm actually kind of like annoyed because I was like, we were talking about this a couple of weeks back. We said, oh, hey, September's really around the corner.
Yeah, get ready. And then they're like, no.
Can't have this. I had my Amazon listing send me an email say, oh, we always want to let you know what's happening with your order, and it's been delayed. And I was like, what did I order from Amazon? And I scrolled down because it didn't show you in the front. Cyberpunk. I was like, oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's like another nail in the coffin.
I know. Those suicide plans are coming true every day. But look, this is a very sorry to go that dark on you, but this is a very ambitious project.
Yeah.
And
should we
do
a live stream when?
Yes, we should. We should.
PC or PlayStation 4?
I reckon, let's test the PS5's limitations.
Wait,
I think
when
this is going to come out.
Is this going to come out at the same time as PS5?
I reckon it will come a few days apart. That's my hypothesis.
Well,
yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to getting it on PC, but I doubt the GTX 3000 is going to be out by then.
Oh, you don't think?
I don't think.
Oh, maybe not.
Because if it is, I don't know if I can afford it.
Yeah, I know. It'll be like $5,000.
Well, because the AMD Zen 3s are going to be... So I'm going to get the equivalent of 3950X.
Ooh, yeah.
So it's going to be like $1,200.
Oh, that's yeah.
And the reason I want to do a lot of video renders. And your renders have been going really smoothly, haven't they?
Oh yes, really well. Yeah.
And my 7700K is just not holding up after 4 years, 3 or 4 years. So
oh my god, your renders are going to be so fast
well,
with this
at the moment, I render a 7-minute video in 40 minutes.
Oh, like 4K, 60 FPS.
4K 30.
4K 30. Ooh. See, I do like 720p, like an hour video, and it's like an hour.
Oh, okay.
So. Yeah.
Maybe then it's not such a big thing. Look, in any case. Let's move on to our next one. Baldur's Gate. Yes, we've got soon coming up. Early access in August, and if you like, what's that game? Divinity: Original Sin.
Oh yes, 1 and 2.
You'll like this.
Yeah, it's made by the same people.
That's it.
Yeah, that's it, guys.
August is the day when it's going to be, live.
Get excited, Baldur's Gate.
Okay, what do you think about pre-access or early access games? Have you ever played a pre-access or early access game?
Yes, I did.
What?
Gwent. Actually, the most random game ever in the world.
Right,
and it was Gwent. And I'm like, this is CD Projekt Red. It's going to be awesome. Yeah, and it was. And it is. And I like Gwent. But, look, I think we can really put our trust in these guys because, I mean, you got really into Divinity.
I think I got 100 and something hours on it.
Oh, yeah. You loved it then. Yeah. I remember you were like, dude, I just got sucked into it. The game is awesome. It's like the mechanics and the RPG-ness of it all. And I was like, wow, okay, yeah. I can get behind it.
Because we tried to play it together because it was multiplayer and I hated turn-based. Like, I hated turn-based until I actually tried to play this game a bit more.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what... That's right. Sorry. I went to visit my folks in Sydney. And I brought my laptop across. Right. And I was they were watching movies and I was sort of sitting at a table, chilling out. And I thought, I can't really play any shooting games. I'll just try this. I'll just try Divinity Origin again. It was like 3 a.m. before I finished. And we said, I should go to bed. And since then, I played it non-stop. I played it non-stop until I got to near the end and I didn't finish it because I had the same exact feeling that I had with The Witcher. I didn't finish The Witcher for 6 months. Because I did all the side stuff, all the side quests.
Me too. I'm like, side quests, so exciting, adventures.
So, look, really exciting. Maybe we should do a bit of a stream.
Yeah,
that'd be something you guys would be interested in.
Yeah. I think this is gonna be a big deal because the last Baldur's Gate came out like 2 decades ago.
Yeah,
so long ago, and it's probably gonna be great. I mean, it's in good hands, so it's gonna be in good shape. It's gonna get great reviews.
Remember we were talking about Torchlight. We were saying it'd be really great to see a Torchlight 3.
And
we completely missed it.
The release of it, right?
Early access Torchlight 3, and it's got terrible feedback.
Yeah, I mean they threw in some really strange mechanics, and people were like, "I don't like this." Nobody liked it. Yeah.
Some company bought the rights from the original Torchlight developers.
Oh no.
Built the game, and it's not what people expected when they played Torchlight 2, and then they're also monetizing it in a way that's really egregious.
Yeah.
So
I just realized Matty S.'s comment. We're like, those CD Projekt games, man, and then he's like, Witcher, that's it. And we're like, yeah. It's like the only product.
And MMBBB9 says soon TM, which makes sense, and I suppose that can both be for Baldur's Gate and Cyberpunk. Soon TM.
Soon. Yeah.
Do you think they're gonna delay it one more time?
No, don't do this, Cyber. Don't do this to us, man.
Oh, all right. Let's. What you pick the next topic, man?
Oh, okay. Ooh.
4 topics left, my friends.
Should we hit up EA? We have like this line of EA things to get rid of.
Okay, this is more exciting for me.
Okay, let's.
I keep talking. All right.
Let's do it. EA.
New skate game.
I don't know what that means.
Hang on.
It means big excitement.
Where's my skate games? I have them somewhere here.
Do you have skate
I
games?
have Skate 2 and 3 somewhere.
Wow.
I need to...
See, I never knew you were like a big skate gaming fan. I know you're an actual snowboarder in real life. So that kind of makes sense. You're like...
Yes.
Yeah.
Because when I was skateboarding when I was a teenager, naturally, when we went to the snow and skied, I thought, oh, I really want to try snowboarding because it's a board. But it's very unrelated. Like, you can't skate and then go, I'll be pro at snowboarding. Completely different.
Right. Yeah,
It's a different balancing
One has
thing.
wheels, the other one doesn't.
Yeah, one you go forward, the other one you go sort of sideways.
Oh, fair enough.
Do you know,
Yeah,
like-
you got all the directions when you're on the snowboard.
but I loved skateboarding when I was young, and Skate 1 when it came out on PlayStation 3. Yeah, there's been 3 on PlayStation 3, I think.
Really? Well, they slammed them out.
Yeah, I think they did.
Damn.
And it was one of those games, and I think we talked about this in another stream, but the whole, you use the stick to like, you flick it back and forth, like when you do an ollie, and you push your right foot down and you sort of bend your foot and flick it out to do the jump. It felt quite natural. Like, it felt the best extension of your feet onto a game. And I thought it was like such a clever game. And I just sat there just going, do.
Yeah,
but look, I'm
Patrick's
excited
review.
for a new Skate game. Like, let's be real. If I get a PS5, I'll get Skate.
Wow, okay.
Yeah.
Patrick's like 10 out of 10. Realistic feat.
11 out of 10 IGN.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's all we have. There's a new Skate game. You guys, we should probably link this stuff in the below. But if you guys want to see this announcement,
Oh man,
you
actually,
can see the video.
that is a big deal. I mean, I know you guys probably heard of Gamer Ranks, giant gaming channel, and they've actually what's his name, the main guy from the channel. Anyway, he seems
bird guy.
I think is it the bird guy? Maybe the bird guy. They're in love with Skate. They said Skate have been great games. They actually wanted further releases of them. So I guess
It's the only reason I still have a PlayStation 3. Skate. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. You know what? I need to try this. You're obviously selling it to me. It sounds great.
We'll have to do it. We'll have to do a night at my place and we'll play a game.
Yeah.
Now this is probably for your Switch gamers out there. I was going to ask a question. Should Twitch.
Twitch.
Should
Switch
be upgraded?
Get the Switch.
But EA is bringing Apex
Yes.
Legends to Switch.
Yeah, Twitch.
I'll play it. I'll give it a go.
You don't have a Switch.
I do have a Switch.
Oh,
How
you
dare
got a
you? I got a
Switch?
Switch.
Oh my god, I thought you sold your Switch.
I did.
Oh, you did, but you got it again.
It's a hacked Switch.
Oh, you didn't hear it here.
You didn't hear it.
You didn't hear it. Take one
But
back.
I'll play Apex on it. I'll see what it's like.
Okay.
But I worry because the Switch isn't a good first-person shooter platform.
Yeah, it's weird. It's got the
little
and things.
The other thing I want to mention about Switch is that it's not actually very powerful.
No. It's like it's underdog to the max.
Yeah, it's got an Nvidia Tegra chip, I think, and
Nvidia's actually, and then on the game on
yes.
that, they're like,
So AMD's
hey.
got consoles, Nvidia's got Switch.
Yeah.
And hopefully the next iteration of Switch or, a Nintendo console will be an upgraded Nvidia chip.
3080 Ti in the Switch. It would just be on fire the whole time.
The whole console's just going to be the 380.
Yeah.
They're going to get a 380, slap a screen on it.
Yeah. I can only play it in my fridge. It's the only location it works. Yeah.
So, I don't know. You guys let us know if you guys play Apex. Have we played it together? I played it.
Oh, I haven't played it, but you've told me how great it is.
It's alright. It's alright. Let's move on to... Do you want to do this one?
All right, let's do the Man Spider.
Man Spider.
Man Spider-Man.
Okay,
All
folks. Let's not get too disappointed, but here are the news.
And look, I think we kind of felt it when we heard the news. When we saw the announcement of Miles Morales Spider-Man, we were like, where is the number 2? I don't see it. And we're like, oh, hold on. This is kind of like the Lost Legacy Uncharted edition of a game. So
right,
yes,
yeah.
It's not like a full blown sequel, but it's kind of like an expansion to the world. Like it will probably be in the same universe, and now it's gonna be wintertime, and we're gonna have new side quests, and we're gonna have a new storyline and a new protagonist and all that kind of stuff. And
right.
And it's cool. We want more of that, I guess. We loved the original Spider-Man, and this will be probably 4K 60 FPS, and Insomniac have come forward and they're like, look, Peter Parker's storyline is not over, so they've obviously alluded to the fact that they're working on a sequel. There's gonna be a Spider-Man 2 that's gonna
with Peter Parker.
Yeah, with Peter Parker. That's gonna
Right.
Ooh, actually.
Okay.
What if it's both Miles Morales and Peter Parker?
Is there going to be some sort of time travel thing going on, or
see? I don't know. I think depending on what they do with this game, because in the previous game, okay, spoiler alert.
Oh, I haven't finished it yet.
Okay, no spoiler.
No, hang on, I can spoil it. I don't care. You've already spoiled Last of Us 1 for me.
Okay, look, just the fact that you got to experience Miles Morales as a person who goes through various events that eventually leads him to this Spider-Man.
How did Miles get to be? Oh, how did he get the spider sense stuff?
I don't want to spoil that. You can experience it. You can experience it, and obviously, he has a bit of a tragic past as well that you get to
all superheroes except who's the guy in the red suit?
The red suit?
The metal red suit. Iron Man. He doesn't have a tragic past.
He has lots of money.
Yeah, he's just got money. That's not tragic.
Oh, wait, no, he does have a tragic past. Did you not watch... no, not Avengers. Was it Avengers? Hey, guys, what's that movie with... it's Captain America. It's the one with, Tony Stark and Captain America are like...
Civil War.
Civil War. Thank you. Oh, wow, you got it.
Yeah.
Okay, Civil War.
Thanks, Wood.
Thank you, Wood Elf. Okay, in Civil War, right? At the very beginning, Tony Stark does this presentation of like a replay of his parents' car accident, or how they die. So he has a tragic past. Like both of his parents basically die, or no, they're killed.
But he didn't become Batman, so I don't get what the.
No, he became Iron Man.
Yeah, all right.
Expensive man. That's who he became.
So, okay, okay, all right.
Yeah.
I'll stop there. That's okay, fine. So, are you saying you have to have a tragic past to be a superhero? Who has not had a tragic past?
Ooh, who has not had a tragic past? I mean, Superman's was pretty tragic as well. He left the planet.
The whole planet blew up.
The whole planet. That's as tragic as it gets.
Didn't Winter Soldier kill the Starks?
He did. Yes. Spoiler alert. Too late.
I didn't even know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. That's what happens in Civil War. Yeah, it's a twist.
I missed it. I must have missed it. If watching it, I must have missed it.
Yeah, it's a big twist in the movie. It reveals it. It unveils it. But he was like under the influence of being hypnotized or whatever, brainwashed. Yeah. Whoops. he was brainwashed. Yeah. I don't know.
So who is not got a tragic background?
Who has not a tragic... I feel like Black Widow probably has one as well. She seems a bit...
well, we won't know until we have a movie.
Oh, Black Widow. Did that get delayed, guys?
Yes.
That was supposed to come out
Yeah.
All these Marvel movies, everything's been delayed, right?
1984 is the next Wonder Woman. Did Wonder Woman have a tragic past? She didn't.
She
didn't.
She was on
the island.
Amazon
warriors.
Did
yeah.
she not? Didn't she lose a loved one or something when she? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know much about.
It wasn't like the whole tribe died. They're all secluded on that island where he crashed.
Right.
Well, what's with the 1984? Is that out yet?
Nah.
Did that go straight to DVD?
Say no, right? That's not straight to DVD. No, that's the big blockbuster. You can't have that happen.
Wonder Woman 1984.
Wonder Woman.
Because Thingy's alive and he dies and.
Yeah, more spoilers. Oh, actually, release date's 13th of August, guys.
I thought it was straight to DVD.
That's
Black Panther. Yes. Well, hang on.
Oh.
Black Panther. Does he have a tragic past?
I don't know.
How tragic is his past? Not very tragic.
I have no idea. I haven't even seen it.
He's more like Iron Man. He's got sort of the technology of Wakanda forever, and he sort of uses that technology. And his sister, I think it is, or sister, who's really smart and she does all the tech stuff.
See, I don't know. I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Black Panther?
I haven't seen it.
But you're the biggest Marvel fan I know.
I know, there's a few that I haven't seen. I'm such a useless Marvel fan.
What haven't you seen?
Okay, I haven't seen Black Panther. I haven't seen the Ant one where it's the ant and the wasp lady.
So Ant versus Wasp lady.
Yeah. Well, so it's like ant and wasp or something.
Yeah.
What else have I? I think those are the two main ones. Oh, and I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. What's this? What's up with this mosquito? And maybe that's it. So I think like 3 movies I haven't seen.
Galaxy. So was it number 2 or 3?
2. I haven't seen Volume 2.
Is there a 3?
Wait, is there a 3? No.
So you haven't seen number 2. Okay, alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, Guardians of the Galaxy 1 was great.
Oh, and I haven't seen Thor, the second movie. I saw the first and the third.
What? Well, you missed one in between.
Yeah, I know.
Why?
I don't know.
Is that the one with the laser metal guy? Or is that number 1?
I wouldn't know. I haven't seen it.
Yeah, sorry, fair point.
Yeah.
Joe Blogg says Iron Man had a tragic event to trigger him. Yes, the explosion where he got the first movie where he went into the cave and.
Yeah, true. He was kidnapped by terrorists. After all,
that's pretty tragic.
That's pretty tragic.
It's not tragic. It's traumatizing. Yeah.
Yeah. And his technology and stuff. He was like wasted by his own technology.
Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty.
Here's a taste of your own medicine, man.
Yeah. The irony of Iron Man. It's like your own weapons of mass destruction end up hurting you.
So I actually thought Wonder Woman 1984 was already released.
Nah, not yet.
VV84.
Oh, look at that. United States, 2nd of October. So that means it's been delayed. It was supposed to come out in August, right? Because it says Australian release date. It's like August. So
it's delayed. So I think... What's this? Joe Blogg says, is being orphaned as a baby really a tragic past? I don't think Superman can say he came from tragedy, really. No, he's got a point.
I mean, but he lost a whole planet. I'm like,
but he didn't know about it until...
until he grew up. He's like, oh, there were people like me.
Yeah, but I've already got a family. I'm already on Earth, and I'm already like sunbathing on the sun and getting all these powers and...
Yeah. I don't know.
But you know what's funny?
He's lonely. He's like the loneliest man in the universe.
I thought he was with Lois.
In the sense that he lost every single human being that was like him.
Kryptonian
or whatever they use. Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know, but there is a show called Krypton, a TV show.
Right.
It's a story about some guy that like travels to Krypton to try and warn the Kryptonians about the explosion.
Oh, wow.
And it's Superman's grandfather that's involved in the show.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, no.
No.
Pretty lame. It's pretty lame.
Just me then. Yeah.
It's a pretty lame TV show. I think I watched a couple episodes with my wife and we never came back to it. Like none of us like discussed it and never went back.
Oh god, it must have been bad then.
Yeah.
Was Nicolas Cage the grand
Has Nicolas Cage... No, Nicolas Cage did the skull, the fire skull thing.
Oh, it's Ghost Rider.
Yeah. Did anybody ever watch number 2? It was so bad.
I watched the first one and I was like, this is awful.
Hang on. I was going to say, it was not bad. The first one was not bad. Yeah.
Because I think, spoiler alert, the ending of that movie is like, he just shoots the bad guy with a shotgun. And it's like the end.
Well, that's not the worst thing to happen.
Oh no. In the second one, he just like what? Just karate chops the bad guy.
It's just, and not even karate chops, just horrible. Just overall, the whole thing was terrible.
Oh god.
What's this? Oh yes! Ritesh,
charging 30%.
What's your opinion on Google and Apple charging 30% to developers to sell software on their store?
That's a
lot. Are you aware of this?
Money. No.
So I've developed a few apps for the Apple Store and Android.
Yeah.
And when you monetize a app on the Apple Store, Apple gets 30% cut. And they force you to make the app work through Apple Pay or their own payment system.
Whoa.
So if you, for example, create... What's that dating one? Tinder, right? Tinder costs things, right? You have to pay through your Apple Pay. So if you pay $5, 30% of it goes to Apple.
Wow, that's a lot of money.
Now, Apple has obviously a monopoly on millions of devices across, everything, and I think they're kind of like not letting people not do that. So a little app called, I think it's a sort of email one, and I suppose is it really? It's a little bit different than what Steam does because, and I'll get to that in a minute, Joe. But you can. There was an email app that was letting people not letting people sign up to it through the Apple Store and making them go somewhere else to pay for their service. And Apple's all like upset. But Netflix does it. Spotify does it. So it's like if you're a big player, Apple's like, ooh, I'm not gonna go against you. But if you're a little time player, they're gonna send you an email. Badly worded email. You know, I'm very angry with you. I'm gonna send you an angry email. Right. So look, the problem here is Apple's in the right. It's their platform. It's their app store.
And they get to charge what they want.
They get to do what they want.
Fair enough.
But they've become a monopoly. And why it's different from Steam is because you can release a game to people on Windows platforms without using Steam. But if you want to release a game or an app to people using an iPhone, you can only go through the App Store. There's no side load. With the Windows, there is. That's why Steam it's not the same thing.
I see.
Steam is just a popular access where you find all your bits and pieces.
Subscription versus paying for the app, right?
Right, yeah. So okay. So this is where the issue is. So if I buy an app through the App Store, I pay 30% to Apple, and the 70% goes to whatever. And if you have a subscription, why should Apple get 30% of a Netflix subscription? There's no reason, because it's not like I'm buying an app through the App Store. I'm just using this app to watch Netflix things. Right. So Netflix should be getting the money because they're providing the service and they're letting me watch it through an app on that device.
Yeah. So I suppose Netflix is a little bit more complicated in terms of people or companies, movie. What are they, like Hollywood distributors or whatever? The studios.
They're
right?
classified as reader apps.
Right, reader apps. Oh, okay, yeah. So studios will look at different regions and will look at selling their rights or for a limited time. On which is it's a bit different, right? Very
different. And I'm sorry. I have to admit, Apple's in the right. They've created a platform. They do what they want. If you want to access Apple's customers and sell them an app or get money from those customers, you pay 30%. Price your app with 30% on top.
Right.
If you want to access that customer, that's the cost of it. It's like a marketing cost. It's like, okay, I'm going to send out a leaflet to people. What's the cost of getting that leaflet to my customers or to the neighborhood?
Yeah. So like the next Flappy Bird game will be like $100.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Android has I think Android has some sort of percentage too. I can't remember because I never monetized an app on Android. I only did it on Apple and 30% whatever. But on Android it's cheap. It's cheaper to even upload an app. Like I think I paid like $20 or 30 American dollars to like get on the store, and it was once a year. But Apple is 120 American dollars per year to even have your free app on the App Store. You know what I would think would be better is if they charged you only if you have a paid app. If it's a free app, but then you get a spam of free apps.
Yeah, but then that's a nice way to advertise yourself. It's like the free app thing is like, I'm a developer now. Everybody knows about me. And it's a great.
It's a marketplace.
It's a marketplace. Yeah.
And you don't have to get your app on the Apple Store. Ritish, what's the? This is a question for you, mate. What's the cost? What's the percentage that Android or Google takes when you monetize an app on there? I can't remember. I only know about Apple one. But yeah.
Well, moral of the story, guys: don't create any apps. Don't do it.
It's there's a cost to everything, right? Nothing's free. You can't just create something, get it out to people. Like on Windows, you can sort of have a website and people download it. It's not connected to Steam. But if you want to reach a large amount of people, Steam is the place to go.
Yeah. So yeah, Steam is a good way to go. I mean, there's a lot of accounts. We know there's a lot of duplicate and dummy and bot accounts, but there's still a lot of people on Steam. I mean, look at China in itself. They had a stat where the gaming scene in China, like the PC gamers, they're like 200 million strong. So Steam's the way to go, man.
So that's that. I think that's our thoughts about it. I think there's nothing really more to add to that. I'm not actively developing any more apps on it at the moment, so it doesn't really affect me. It is what it is. Yeah. It's the cost of I call it a marketing expense. That's all I'm going to say to that.
Yeah, that's right. We got a last topic.
We do have a last topic.
Final countdown.
I'll be able to play this. I think a little bit of it.
Oh yeah, what is this thing?
So, a little while back, a long time ago in a galaxy far away, we had a Star Wars fighting game, and this is a space fighter. So you get to basically play all the alphabet fighters, so X, Y, Z, blah blah blah, all
1,
those
2,
ones.
3.
Yeah. And it's basically multiplayer. There's 2 campaigns. You've got a campaign for the dark side and the light side, and you also have the dogfighting thing, and it looks great. It looks fantastic. One thing they're not going to do is they're not going to have any what are they called? Loot boxes. No loot boxes in this one.
Oh, well done, EA.
Yeah. I mean, sorry. Well done, EA is a bit premature because they're going to monetize the look of your ship. So the visualness of it.
Skins and all that kind of aesthetics, yeah. Oh, that's okay. That's fine.
And look, the main thing about this game is that it's, comparably to the other Star Wars games that was monetized to the point of ridiculousness, they monetized items that would make you better in the game.
Oh, no.
So if you threw money at it, you could perform better in games.
Nobody likes that.
No,
just
nobody likes
don't
that.
do that. Yeah, absolutely not.
So as long as it's visual, I think it'll be fine.
Cool. I'm still excited to play the Fallen Order game. That's the one that I want to try.
It's been compared to The Last of Us.
What?
Yeah,
wow.
I was reading a few stories about it.
Really?
By the way, the game comes out in October. Sorry, I'll just finish that story off. Game comes out in October.
Oh, okay.
I will be playing it because I love space fighters.
That is so soon. Wow.
Yeah,
So
I'm going to get a joystick.
Wait, a joystick? Really?
Yeah.
You can get those for consoles?
No, for PC.
Oh, PC, right.
Well,
you're going to be like Flight Simulator styles, right? I gotcha.
Can you get joysticks for
consoles? I don't know. Is there any Flight Simulators?
Well, there's this thing called HOTAS for PC, where it's like
you can get an arcade stick, be like, yo.
Yeah.
If that works, I don't know. There's heaps
of
arcade
sticks. Have you heard of HOTAS?
HOTAS?
Yeah.
No.
It's quite cool. It's like super like realistic like controls for for gaming. So it's got like
moly.
like all the levers and all the things you need and whatnot.
Battlestar Galactica to the max.
Have you watched that show?
No, I hear it's great.
Dude, I think me and my wife knocked it off in like
for some reason
3 weeks.
It was on Family Guy the other day when I was watching it.
Really?
Yeah, it was like Peter and Lois were watching Battlestar Galactica. He did like one of those like flashback things.
Yeah.
And it was like, it's that time, like when we watched Battlestar Galactica, and they're sitting there, and then Lois is like, what's that thing over there? Like, what are the controls there? And he's like, I don't know. And then she's like, what's that blinking red light up there? And then he's like, Lois, I'm watching it the same as you are. I have no idea. He gets like really angry at her, and he's like, I think it's got something to do with hyperspeed.
God, I love Family Guy. It's just, I miss that. I haven't watched it in a while. Have not watched it in a while.
Yeah, oh my God. When I'm watching it now, like Family Guy, I'm like, how is this thing illegal? Like, it's so sexist, so racist. Like, it's like it breaks any boundaries of politicalness in society at all. It just like steamrolls the woke society all together. It's insane. I'm like, good on you guys. Just do what you want.
Yeah, it's good. There's a space show that so Joe Blogs here says the last season of BSG was so boring. Yeah, look, you know what? Last season of every show is pretty crap anyway. But it's nice to have an ending. American Dad, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
American Dad's pretty funny.
it's alright.
I like it. I like the big chin man. What's his name? Is it Stan?
Stewie? No, it's not.
Nah, it's the
Stan
father. The father from
Oh,
American
right, Stan.
Dad.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. And Roger the alien.
Roger. Yeah. You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember that show in the 90s or 80s with the alien that was voiced by that famous guy? And the alien looks like it was Michelin Man. He was like brown.
Alf?
Elf, yeah. Do you remember Elf?
I remember Alf.
That was gold. That's
classic.
what American Dad reminds me of. Elf having, like living in the attic and stuff.
Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. Wasn't Alf like he worked somewhere? Did he not work somewhere?
I don't know.
I
I'm gonna look that up.
Wasn't
Elf.
he like a hotel, like in a hotel lobby or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm making this up. Look at Alf.
I just want to know who the actor behind Elf was because I'm pretty sure. Paul Fusco?
Was that Alf? Wow.
Yeah, he voiced
Fusco.
Alf. He didn't work, so maybe not. Maybe it was something else.
Oh my God, is that Paul Fusco now? He looks
yeah,
so
he's
ancient.
very old. Yeah, old man Jenkins.
Well done for still being alive, Paul Fusco.
Do you know? Okay, this guy. Do you know who he looks like?
He worked at eating the cat.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The cat thing.
Right.
So we're having a bit of an after party now. We're completely out of topics. We're going off topic.
Yeah, derailing this.
I'm derailing this. We're gonna do this for another 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know what he looks like? This photo here, and like.
Are you gonna say like somebody that's like a celebrity?
Yes. Do you know what Elf looks like?
No.
The main character from Newsroom.
Who's that? Show
Okay,
me.
all right,
I want to see the comparison.
You ready for this?
All right.
Okay. All right. Newsroom.
Right. Blow my mind here.
Okay, I'm gonna blow your mind in this.
Okay.
Here he is. Oh, what? This is not the one.
That's
Hey.
a lot of different newsrooms.
Newsroom. Here we go. IMBD.
Right.
This is it. It's
Alpha
you're gonna be
version,
like
yeah.
you're gonna be Jeff Daniels. That's him. He looks like Jeff Daniels.
Does he?
Jeff Daniels looks like Elf.
Does he have a lot of like wrinkles and stuff?
No, look. It's just it's the nose. It's the eyes. It's everything. This is Elf.
This is Alf.
This in my mind
In
when I think
form.
Elf, I think Jeff Daniels. Well, no, I think Newsroom main character.
Oh, okay.
So look. If I just flick back, this is Elf.
Oh,
This
they
is
have
Elf.
similar type of hair,
Elf, and this is Jeff Daniels.
kind of
This is Elf. This is Jeff Daniels.
identical. I can't tell them apart.
Sorry, I think we went through this. What did we go like 2 weeks back? We went through somebody that looks. Oh, Tomb Raider. Remember?
What about Tomb Raider?
We were talking about the lady from that game, and I said she looks like a character from Boston Legal.
Oh, that rings a bell. I
Yeah.
can't remember her name.
So maybe we make this a part of this stream that every week we find two characters
comparisons.
that look exactly the same.
Yes.
Yeah, see, thank you, Joe. It does look like Elf.
It's the eyes.
It's the eyes and little hair. But I
said,
think
Joe
Jeff
Blogs.
Daniels, when he was a bit younger, he looked a little bit more like Elf. If I just search for Jeff Daniels, okay, this is
Younger
getting real.
Jeff Daniels.
The younger Jeff Daniels. Because
my
remember,
God.
Elf is from the 90s and 80s.
Oh, what about older Jeff Daniels?
Wait, wasn't he from that show? So from that movie that does the.
What is this creepy thing, man?
I'm not going to
That
click
is
on that.
not
I'm not going to
Jeff
share
Daniels.
that screen.
That's too scary.
But Jeff Daniels did that movie with who's the other comedy guy?
Jim
Dumb and
Carrey,
Dumber?
Dumb and Dumber. Yeah,
There was a Dumb and Dumber 2, wasn't there?
there was. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it actually got alright reviews. They were like,
Did it?
"Oh, well done for like being fresh and creative and still like
Oh.
bringing nostalgia back." So, did you see it?
No.
I saw bits of. I think I saw the first half, and I was like, "That's kind of funny."
Yeah. Well, Newsroom, Sam, thanks for pointing it out, was a fantastic show. I have suggested that to my wife, just like I've suggested Breaking Bad, which she hasn't still watched.
Oh my god!
And I will suggest Newsroom again today. Hopefully,
Oh, I
just
need to
for
watch
fact.
Newsroom then. I still.
I
haven't
think
seen it.
you'll really enjoy it.
I think I will too.
It's very, I would like to say political, but it's very specific to
Dumb and
American
Dumberer.
culture.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
Yeah, like it's a new American sort of view of life, and but it's I wouldn't say it's anti-American, but it points out their flaws.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It does. It's like, guys, we're saying we're the best nation in the world, but are we really?
Dude, have you seen it?
No.
That's literally the first episode.
Oh, really?
He literally sits there in front of like an audience of college people and talks about it. Yeah, so.
Oh, fantastic. Where can I watch this show? If I wanted to watch Newsroom.
Oh, that's a good question. If I
Is
just
it
Google
a Netflix
news
thing or is it like a HBO thing?
It's HBO.
Oh,
It's HBO.
of course it's
Yeah,
HBO.
it's
HBO has the best things on the planet,
8.6 on IMDb.
Whew. It's good.
Yeah, Sam, that's the rant I was referring to, and he says, America's great, but not great at everything.
Yeah. We're good, lukewarm, but not great.
All right.
I think that does it.
That's it.
Well done, guys. If you survived the whole stream, you get a gold star.
Gold star, thumbs
work.
up.
Thank you very much for listening to us.
Rattle on.
Yeah, rattle on.
To summarize, we talked about Elf. We talked about Jeff Daniels looking like Elf. We talked about a few games.
Yeah.
AMD, Intel, and Nvidia.
That sums it up.
Thank you very much for watching. Yes, partial credit. Thank you very much, Sam.
Yes.
Let's thank everybody who joined us.
That's like a 3/4 star. That's like a 4-pointed star.
MMB9, thank you very much, mate, for
Ninja
joining
star.
us. Wood Elf, of course, and the Casey Locker jumped in right at the end.
All right, swooped in.
We've got Joe Blogs, of course, and Ritish. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm just scrolling up. Maddie, Jason, I am Zozo.
Zozo.
Who's that guy that I said wasn't a real person? Pokewood, because it's got the
Theatre.
Pokewood Theatre. I understand you are a person now. I apologize.
I am person.
I thought you were a theatre. Thank you very much for joining us, Ruben, Metal Lord, Devolution. Cheers, mate. Hammy Bung.
Great name, by the way.
Great name. Yellow. Catch you all later, folks. See you next week. Thank you very much for joining us. Casper, where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me a Game with Casper.
I will link that below. If you guys want to see that stream that we did with Last of Us, I think there's a few memes we can get out of that. Do you reckon?
There's a little meme factory rolling.
It's a meme factory. Game with Casper. So I should have this prepared, and I never do it. Every time
like, what's that
I'm
channel?
searching for it. I'm gonna link the video of the first part of us starting The Last of Us.
It's the latest video. It's
the
us
latest
having
video.
a
There we
jam on
go.
it. So
check that out.
check it out. Give it a like or a dislike, a comment or whatever.
Jason says he thought you were American.
Oh yeah, so sorry, Jason. I'm Polish, but I got this weird accent. I think you know what? I reckon it's because I learned the language off television.
You know what's weird? We have the same situation with learning English.
Yeah.
I learned it off TV.
Yeah.
And I watched a lot of...
Yours is a bit more organic, I feel like. Yours is...
You reckon?
Yeah, I feel like you assimilated a bit better than I did.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well,
I just like fell out of newsroom and you were like, you know what? I'm gonna slice in some Aussie in there.
Well, I watched a lot of, in living in New Zealand, we watched a lot of TV shows like British stuff, and we watched a lot of Australian stuff, like, what's that stupid show with the beach?
With the beach? The Neighbours?
No, well, yes, Neighbours was one of them, but there was another one.
The Wiggles?
No, not the Wiggles.
There's no beach there.
Home and Away.
That's the one.
Bloody Home and Away. What
Home
a
and
joke. What a nightmare of a show. But when you're
Yeah.
learning English, it's actually pretty helpful because it's really dumb stuff they say and it's very conversational and it's not really like intelligent.
Yeah, Bondi Rescue. That makes more sense. The one with the beach.
Yeah, Bondi Rescue.
Yeah.
Oh, I have watched that
I
before.
was gonna say Baywatch, but that's not Australian.
No, it's not. They do have a Bondi Rescue, isn't it?
Yeah. That's the beach.
Oh, Bondi.
one.
Yeah, that is the version of
Baywatch.
Baywatch. Yeah.
Right, but it's like it's real.
It's reality
It's
TV.
reality. Yeah.
Home and Away, terrible. Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I don't know, 10 out of 10 IGN Home and Away.
Yes. 11 out of 10 for the Wiggles for sure.
We'll leave you on that bombshell. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll catch you next week.
Bye.
Bye.